do we got? We have Mina and Den. Ugh. Pretty mediocre. Really good black cards, though. There's Grasp of Darkness and the much better Oblivion Strike. Although Grasp is fantastic. It just shows you how good Oblivion Strike is. There's also Reflector Mage, Goblin Freerunner, Dwarf Avenger. I think that we take Oblivion Strike here. Yeah, it's pretty easy Oblivion Strike in my mind. The card's just fantastic. It's always been really good for me. And black is very arguably the most powerful color, so I'd like to stay black if possible. We'll see what happens. I imagine that most people are going to want to be black just because it is so strong. What is Ice Cream Socialist's Twitch name? I think it's Magic the Amateurin. I think that it's Magic the Amateurin. I'm not sure. I really don't know 100%. Yeah, Magic the Amateurin. It's in there in the multi-Twitch. So who am I passing to and who's passing to me? Okay, so Noah's passing to me, and I'm passing to SGDoc. Let's grab the O-Strike. Now, ooh, Seagate Wreckage is surprisingly good. If you can get all the cards out of your hand and have any other way to make colorless mana, this is a great card. Prophet of Distortion is also quite good. Ondu Ward Cleric, we all know as being very powerful. I think that it's between these three. There's like Crumbling Vestige and Translator and Expedition Raptor, Zada's Commando and Lagak as well. Like there's some other good tier 2 cards. These ones especially are quite nice, but they don't go as well with the Oblivion Strike, and I don't think they're as powerful in general anyways. Prophet is broken. Is it right now? Ice Cream Socialist is Megan tonight. I thought it was, yeah. Yeah, Magic the Amateurin, they have a podcast. Yeah. The multi-Twitch is missing someone. Oh, is it? Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna take Seagate Wreckage, which is... It's weird, but I think that I like it this time. I don't really love taking lands that early, but we're often going to end up being colorless with a little bit of black. Like, if we have black, we're probably going to end up with some colorless cards. And Seagate Wreckage is really good, like, if you can have any colorless sources, because you can draw a lot of extra cards over the course of a game. Hey, Miss Mulligan, thank you for the host. Mind Melter is sweet, especially if I'm going to be going colorless. Blue-black is certainly a direction to go that way. Unknown Shores wouldn't be bad, but we might be able to get that on the wheel. Besides that, there's really nothing else that's too great here. Like, Reality Hemorrhage and Path Warden are the next best cards, but... And Scythe Master, I guess, is quite good. But they're all fairly distant. Relentless Hunter, too. All out of my colors, basically. It's so weird not having music. If you guys want to have music, like, I should do a straw poll for it. I should know that... I think that there's a command for it, but I can't remember. Thanks, Odiv. You have a good one, man. Baby trying to sleep on your chest? Oh, man. That's pretty interesting. Lantern, Containment Membrane. Could take a Wastes. I'd rather have an Unknown Shores or a Holdout Settlement. Or just take Seer's Lantern, I think, at this point. So, Seer's Lantern over Membrane. That's the choice. No music, love. Okay. No music, please. Alright. I will do a straw poll, though. I wanted non-copyrighted music tonight at best, so... Membrane or Lantern? Membrane or Lantern? I've really been unimpressed by Membrane, even though a lot of people like it. So I'm not sure about this one. I do need colorless sources. I think I'm going to take a Lantern here. I want it fairly early. It's good in the late game as well for the Scry, and I do really need the colorless. No music. Let me just do a straw poll. Let me do it real quick. we have, ooh, some good white cards here. There's also Tar Snare. I mean, I could jump ship out of blue. It'd be a little awkward because I do have some colorless kind of cards, and black-white allies really doesn't like that. But there's nothing great here. I think I'm going to hedge and take Spawnbinder. I'm really not a fan of Tar Snare. The card's just not that good. So I'd rather take the Spawnbinder and just see what happens. Now there's McKindy Aeronaut, but it's against Cultivator Drone. I still have enough good blue-black cards that I think that I take Cultivator Drone. I feel like the Spawnbinder Mage, like that pack was just a bit of a fluke. I haven't seen a lot of huge signals into white. That one pack had a few, but white's also pretty deep, so you can get tricked that way. I'm going to take the Cultivator and just stick on the same path. We have Pathfinder, Flaying Tendrils, Entangler, Witness the End. One Witness the End is okay, but there's also like another pack to get them, and they go pretty late. There's also Myers Malice that goes around, and it's probably better than Witness. Pathfinder's a big beater. I might just take that. I don't feel like I really need Entangler. Entangler's going to be a pretty easy one to do. It was a relatively late shoulder-to-shoulder. But I think that it's just a bit of a fluke. We haven't seen any real signals before that. Alright, so that's the straw poll as to whether or not to play music, essentially. Whether or not you guys would like to hear anything. Right now, I'm not playing any music myself either, like just for my own pleasure. I really should, because it's kind of disconcerting not having anything. I feel like music keeps me focused a little bit. Entangler, Slaughter Drone, Mind Melter number 2, Slam. I'd love Slaughter Drone. It's actually quite good. Trades up really well. But yeah, Mind Melter is an obvious great pick for us. Let's take that quite easily. Slip through space, Unnatural Endurance pretty easily here. Great little combat trick. 4 unblockable damage a turn is nothing to scoff at. That'll end the game very, very fast. Mind Melter is a really nice card. I wonder if I should just play no music normally. A lot of people are just saying not to play it. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I might have to redo some of the voting, because I know that people always used to tell me that they wanted music, but... people seem pretty against it today. Yeah, 2 Mind Melters already is nice. Ooh, I like Translator. Ancient Crab I feel like I can pick up later. Translator's a great one, though. Make colorless mana, and it's a 3/5. 3/5, for some reason, is just a good like set of stats in this format. Oracle of Dust is always acceptable. Translator is pretty usable. You like music normally, but for showdowns you watch multiple channels. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. You like Monster Cat, but it's not something you play behind a card game. Yeah, I can totally agree with that. You'd vote for normal music on a normal day. Alright. Yeah, that's a big difference in the poll, too. This one I'm specifically not going to be playing copyright music. Alright, Chain Mage, sure. Monster Cat on a Wizard Sported stream, not as much. Why would it matter? Monster Cat's not copyright. Yeah, fair enough, Whitey. Yeah. I have a lot of muted VODs. That's why I'm putting up the YouTube content, just to make up for that lack. I know it's a little bit of a different feel when it's not live, but I hope to recapture a little bit of that feel. Hunger, Expedite, or Bonds? Let's... Hunger, I guess. Just a cut black. I don't really care about Expedite or Bonds anyways. People can have them if they want them. I started singing in my song and you guys can't hear it. I totally forgot. Tar Snare and Witness the End both wheel. That's kind of awesome. I'm going to take Tar Snare here because I think it's more of a signal. People might not consider Witness the End a signal, but they might consider Tar Snare one. Man, some late black cards. That's really good. Yeah, Hunger on Mind Melter could be okay if they're light on removal. That's very true. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. This is awkward. This is really awkward. I don't think I can pass Nissa. Green-black is decent. Yeah, I mean, I could possibly just splash the Mind Melters. Ugh. We don't have that much... Goifgate! We don't have that much blue, that's true. Oh my god. Alright, we'll take the Nissa. That's a tough one, though. Now the question is, do I take a blue card, or do I take a green card? That's a tough one. There isn't much in my colors anyways. I mean, Malakir Soothsayer is a pretty big beating. Card's amazing, actually. I'm not sure if the Showdowns are Phantom anymore. I can't even remember. The old ones used to be, but I think they got rid of it. I think that they're non-Phantom now. Called the Gatewatch, obviously. I could go all in on green, absolutely. Saddleback Lagak on the Mind Melter is kind of cool. It's going to be really hard to play that many colors, though. It's basically a 4-color deck if I do it. Well, I'm not missing out on much. I'll take it. Scion Summoner, Havoc Sower. Man, this pack is stacked. Blinding Drone, Cultivator Drone, Thought Harvester. You'd stay blue-black. Yeah, I just figured I wasn't missing out on much either though. Like, Jor-El Sphinx is okay. Or not... Jor-El Avenger, sorry. Jor-El Sphinx is a very different card. Here, I think I take Thought Harvester. Maybe just Havoc Sower. Havoc Sower is actually really good. How's the Showdown going? I don't know. It's starting to go off the rails. Could take Blinding Drone. Havoc Sower is pretty large. Blue looks kind of cut. Good blue cards here. I'm going to take the Havoc Sower and just hedge still. See what happens. Path Warden, Translator, Vampire Envoy. Comparative Analysis isn't really useful. I feel like I might just want another Translator. Just so that I have the colorless mana to actually pay for things like Mind Melters and Wreckage and well, not Lantern, sorry. And Sower. That's what I'm thinking of. Pathfinder, things like that. The Path Warden's good, but my mana base is going to be really hard to do if I want to try and splash blue for Mind Melters. I'm going to take Translator here. It's a tough pick. Alright. We're mostly black, which is good, actually. Kozilek Shrieker is nice. The more black we can stay, the better. Because then I don't have to have as many green or blue cards, and I can just not have as much problems with the mana base. Because no matter how much black I play, I probably only need, like, 10 swamps. 10 sources. We're not finding any more colorless lands either, like Holdout Settlements or Unknown Shores, which is kind of awkward. Void Grafter. just to make things really awkward, could try and take those. There you go. Alright, I'm going to take Loam Larva, first of all because 2-drops are something that I'm really missing right now, and second of all because it can actually fetch up the blue if I want it. Shrieker's cool and all, but Loam Larva is really useful for what we're trying to do. That Nissa really messed up our draft in a lot of ways. Blinding Drone? Man, that card's so good. I could take Shrieker or Blinding Drone. This is such a greedy deck right now. Hey, Fivagen, good to see you. The safe pick is Shrieker. The much better card is Blinding Drone. I think I'm just going to take the Drone. It's still possible that I'm just not green. Walker of the Wastes. I already have a Witness the End. So I can kind of hedge on just being blue-black and splashing that. So yeah, I can go either direction. I could be black-green, black-blue, or I could try and do some combination of all three. Alright, Warden of Geometries does make colorless mana, I suppose. Probably not main decking the Witness the End. This is a very strange list. We saw almost no wastes, though. I think people were snapping them up super early. Which is super unfortunate for us. At least we have the Cultivator Drones and the Kozilek's Translators to make up for it a little bit. And Seer's Lantern. Yeah, I probably don't play all four once and forever. I don't think we're going to get a wastes. It's not going to come back. I don't think that there's any left to come back. Noah's probably really confused about the signals we're sending. We pass them a lot of green, and then we cut a lot of green. What's happening? Somebody's slow. Blighted Wood. Blighted Wood would be nice, yeah. Blighted Woodland would really help us. Voidgrafter going real late here. Could just go all the colors. Seems super unlikely. Pulsa Marasa is playable. So is Vines, actually. I think I like Vines better than Void or Pulse here. Some decent ones. Natural State, just in case somebody had some Stasis Snares. I'm never going to be able to play a Corpse Churn. Never going to want to. Lead by Examples. Pretty interesting. I don't love it, but it could be fun. With Mind Melter, it's good. If I do end up splashing those. Pulse of Marasa's flavor text is 10 of 10. I'm not sure that I remember it. Let me see. Little Flower, Twirl and Boom, Rise from this Rocky Tomb, Little Warrior, Slash and Brawl, Be Born Again to Free Us All. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I've actually never read the flavor text. I don't read a lot of flavor text anymore. Well, Blue-Green was certainly open. Blue-Green would have been kind of cool. Granted, we got 2 Mind Melters, which is kind of the same as getting 2 Void Grafters. Maybe even a little better. It's hard to say. I think that Void Grafter might be a little better than Mind Melter. The ability to blow out their removal is really nice. And the stats are a little bit more impressive. Mind Melter is just a lot of pressure. Void Grafter can get you like 2-for-1s or 3-for-1s. Converge. Oh god, I hope not. Welp. Really good blue card. Or a Brood Butcher. Or just Spawning Bed, which I actually would not mind just taking early. So now I have to decide which direction I'm going. Am I a black-green deck or am I a blue-black deck? TikTok, what am I picking? I think that we take the Brood Butcher over the Wind Rider. I think it's a little bit better. I don't know, though. This is not easy. Alright, I think I'm going to take the Brood Butcher over the Wind Rider. Nissa is hard to pass up, yeah. Nissa is very hard to pass up. I'll agree with that. Bone Splinters, Blighted Steppe, Shrine. Again, I kind of need some colorless sources. Bone Splinters wouldn't be that bad for us. We've got Nissa to make some tokens. We have Brood Butcher. We might be able to get some more because we are going to be in green. Blue looks cut. I'm not expecting green to be super awesome in Battle for Zendikar, to be fair. We really need creatures? Not as much as you'd think. I need some early creatures. But, like, there's not... I don't really want Broodhunter or Skitter Skin over... like, Blighted Steppe Shrine or whatever. I have so little removal. But Bone Splinters isn't good in our deck right now. We don't have any way to make tokens. He says as he gets an Eyeless Watcher. There's also a Fertile Thicket, which could let us splash the Mind Melters, which I'd want to do. This draft has been all over the place. More 4-drops is kind of awkward. But I do need critters. Clearly the Prism Ray. Clearly. With Loam Larva and Fertile Thicket, can I splash the Mind Melters? Even with playing colorless. I might be able to. I think I'm going to take the Fertile Thicket. Call the Scions, or Reef Invoker. I like Call the Scions a fair bit in my deck right now. Like, it's not an amazing card, but in our deck, it seems fine, because it's a way to generate colorless mana as well. But Reef Invoker is a 2-drop, and we really need those. We really need a Reef. Blighted Steppe. Sludge Crawler, Plummet. Plummet would be nice. I have very little ways to deal with flyers. But Sludge Dragon seems pretty good too. Our curve's a little scary, yeah. And that's why I'm going to take Sludge Dragon here, because it lowers it a little more. It's starting to look a bit better. Plus having things like Seer's Lantern helps a bit. I'd love to get like a Snapping Gnarlet or something. This is a super greedy deck. This deck is so greedy. Pretty sure that I'm going to cut Walker of the Wastes. We'll see, though. Benthic Infiltrator. That blocks for a long time, but... I don't really want to splash more blue cards. Like, the card's really good, just as a wall. All of the black cards are 4-drops, which is very awkward. Territorial Baloth's just more high-end. Might be better than Walker of the Wastes. I mean, well, definitely better than Walker of the Wastes. I guess I'll just take this. Not that I'm, like, happy changing a 5-drop for a 5-drop, but what we can do. Infiltrator also screws up Mire, Thicket, Loam Larva, etc. Yeah, Infiltrator is a good one, but... like, Benthic Infiltrator is nice. There's no question about that. The question is, can we actually play it? And it's pretty dicey that we can splash the blue that we already have. Like, really, I'm doing it out of necessity rather than any other reason. I should have just committed more to one color or the other. Well, that's a Skyrider elf. There's also Tajuru Stalwart and Calling Drone. I don't really want to play the Skyrider because blue's going to be the splash. If it was the other way around and I was splashing black, Skyrider would be an easy inclusion. Instead, I think it's either Stalwart or Culling Drone, and I'm honestly just going to take Culling Drone because it's cheaper. It's that simple. I just need lower curve, and Culling Drone, even being a lot worse than Tajuru Stalwart, it's still worthwhile just because I need something early. Silent Skimmer, well, that can block flyers. At worst, I can side it in. I might even play it over a Warden of Geometries. We'll see. I'm kind of 50-50 on those. This card's always underperformed for me. We need a bit of colorless mana, but like Shrieker, Mind Melter, Havoc Sower are the cards that we need, and we have... and Pathfinder. But we have Double Translator, Seer's Lantern, and 2 colorless mana, even if we don't have the Warden. So that might be okay. Ooh, Mire's Malice? That's not terrible. Our curve luck's a lot better now, having the Culling Drone in there. Ooh, Bone Splinters? Don't mind. It's not amazing by any means, but I'll certainly play it if I need extra removal against somebody. I might even just main deck it. It's a little bit tough for that because I don't have a ton of creatures, but when you need them... So we've got this Silent Skimmer, Warden, Mire's Malice, Bone Splinters kind of thing is like what our last card's going to be. Grave Birthing, Geyser Field. None of them are interesting. I wish Call to Scions would come back, but it probably isn't. Looks like it won't. I don't know why I took Scythe Leopard. I should have taken the Ondu Champion. I was just thinking a card in my color, and there wasn't really much playable. Ondu Champion's fine, though, so that should have just been a card that I cut. Yeah. Sure Strike's a lot scarier than Salvage Drone. So I have to figure out what I'm cutting here. I need to cut a card, and I kind of have 4 possible cards that could go in that slot. Like Splinters, Mire's Malice, Skimmer, and Warden. I can only have one of them. What one do I want? Hey, Judgmentine, you do spot Anissa. You do indeed. Hey, Vexus, good to see you. Ugh, this is so awkward. I did a poor job of drafting here. I should have committed better. Is this an 18-lander considering we're splashing? Don't think it is. We'll see. I do have both the Fertile Thicket and the Loam Larva. Hey, Rumble Master. You did miss the draft RB, man, yeah. You think the one card that should be in out of those 4 is Schemer? These are the 4 cards, one of them I can put in. Or I could just play 18 lands. Which I don't love, honestly. Cut either Vines or Endurance. Play more critters. That's always possible. If I'm going to cut one, I think it's going to be the Unnatural Endurance, just because we do need some kind of flying defense. Nice Rumble. We could not play the Mind Melters and go for a more consistent deck. Saddleback Lagak with Mind Melter is cool, though. Go for the greed. You feel like power is better than consistency in this format? I kind of disagree with that, but I don't know that it's that bad with the Fertile Thicket and Loam Larva. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not something that I normally try and do. I'd rather be a consistent deck, but I feel like we're losing a lot of power by doing it. This draft could have gone a lot better. Could have gone a lot better. And I do think that I want the Bone Splinters. I have so little removal. Like Splinters, Tar Snare, and O-Strike. That's it. Walker of the Waste is another 5-drop, though, and it's only a 4/4. It's just the worst Territorial Baloth for the most part. Worst hard-to-cast Territorial Baloth that, like, just raises my curve even more. If I'm going to do that, I'd rather play, like, Silent Skimmer even or something. I don't know. Also, what are we supporting without the Melters? That's a problem. That's one of the reasons why I wanted more 2-drops. I know what we're supporting. We're supporting plant tokens. Yeah. What is the mana going to look like for this deck? Just out of curiosity. If this is what I do, what'll the mana be? Six, 7, 2. I think that I want 2 islands. It's kind of close. Fertile Thicket can help dig us there, but it's not always going to hit. And the less islands that we have, the less likely it is to hit. Loam Larva is acceptable to get there. But 2 seems like a minimum. 7 black and 7 green. We'll get Nissa every hand and never get mana screwed. I hope so. This deck ended up such a mess. If I do just cut the Mind Melters... Yeah, it's just not good enough. I have no 2s. I have, like, no 2s or 3s to replace them. All I'm replacing them with is, like, 4, 5s, and 6s. And that's just way too slow. The format's not fast, but it can't be that slow. That's like a full that's like a full 2 turns slower than I would normally want to be in draft. And that's just like way, way too slow, even for a slow format. All right. Let's do it. Maximum greed engaged. We'll see what she plays. Bonesaw. There we go. Oh, wow. Sick draw.